Thank you very much, Chair, and good morning, friends. It's my honour to report to you on the outcomes of the 5th meeting of the Forum of Mayors, which, as you've heard, took place here in this room on the 6th and 7th of October, just earlier this week, under the theme of Cities Shaping the Future. It brought together over 80 cities, 50 of whom were represented by their mayors or deputy mayors. The cities came from across the UNECE region and also from Africa, Asia and Latin America, and they were joined by representatives of member states, international organisations, civil society, academia and the private sector. The Forum provides a platform for local leaders to exchange practical solutions, showcase commitments and engage in dialogue with the international community, as well as to adopt commitments and recommendations for local leaders to make to member states. It was my great privilege as this year's chair to open the meeting and to stress the importance of multi-level collaboration to address global challenges. Welcoming remarks were delivered by the Executive Secretary of ECE, who highlighted the Forum's role as a unique platform for cities to officially contribute to intergovernmental discussions. We also heard from a number of distinguished speakers, including the Assistant Director General of ILO, the Secretary General of the Congress of Local and Regional Authorities of the Council of Europe, the Vice Mayor of Geneva, the President of the Global Cities Hub, and the Secretary General of the UCLG, each of whom underlined the significance of local leadership in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. The Forum also heard from Ms. Ruth Dreyfus, spokesperson of the former President of Switzerland and the founding member of the Global Commission on Drug Policy, who was the spokesperson for the 5th meeting of the Forum of Mayors. And Ms. Dreyfus reflected on the crucial role of inclusive and compassionate city leadership, guided by evidence, to address health inequities, foster resilience and advance sustainable development. The opening session set the tone for our subsequent discussions and how my colleagues in local leadership addressed good health and well-being, gender equality, decent work and economic growth, climate finance mechanisms, housing-related challenges, and voluntary local and subnational reviews. Each of our thematic discussions included an introductory presentation by an international organisation specialised in the given theme, including WHO, UN Women, ILO, ECE, UN Habitat and UCLG. On good health and well-being, discussions reaffirmed that cities are at the forefront of tackling many of today's most pressing challenges, from air pollution and climate risks to access to social and mental health care. Participants stressed that health is inherently urban, with COVID-19 having exposed both the vulnerabilities and resilience of local health systems. Mayors highlighted efforts to integrate public health into urban planning through expanding green spaces, promoting active lifestyles, improving air quality and supporting vulnerable groups such as homeless people and older adults. Many underlined the urgency of addressing staff shortages in healthcare, improving living conditions in informal settlements and ensuring that health services reach all residents equitably. The importance of preventive approaches, particularly for children and young people, was also emphasised, alongside the need to combat early pregnancy and gender-based inequalities that undermine long-term well-being. Participants called for stronger partnerships with the World Health Organization and other agencies to integrate health expertise into local policy making and for greater empowerment of municipalities to manage essential infrastructure and public health systems. On gender equality, SDG 5, mayors highlighted their commitment to creating inclusive, safe and equitable cities that empower women and girls in all parts of life. Many cities are addressing persistent gender gaps through targeted initiatives in education, employment, digital innovation and safety. Efforts are ongoing to enhance women's participation in technology and leadership, with several cities introducing quotas, training and mentorship schemes to ensure equal representation in governance and the workforce. Sexual and domestic violence against women and girls, both as a fundamental driver and a symptom of gender inequality, was recognised, and local authorities are also tackling this through measures such as legal aid centres, safer public spaces and zero tolerance policies in nightlife and sports environments. Education and early childhood initiatives are seen as key entry points for promoting equality, while partnerships within civil society and international organisations can strengthen the reach and impact of local action. Beyond representation, cities emphasise the importance of building environments where women can exercise real influence, economically, socially and politically. On decent work and economic growth, mayors underlined the central role of local economies in driving innovation, employment and inclusive prosperity. Many cities are rethinking how they approach and sustain economic growth to focus on inclusiveness and ensure that no citizen is left behind. Innovation and digital transformation were recurring themes. Cities are increasingly fostering environments where young people, women and vulnerable groups can access decent work opportunities, viewing employment not only as a source of income, but also as a foundation for dignity and community development. Several examples highlighted how education, particularly through new universities and vocational training, can be a catalyst for long-term growth and resilience, both for places and for individuals. The role of the social economy in terms of integrating marginalised groups into the workforce was recognised, while others emphasised the importance of international cooperation and integrity in governance in attracting suitable and sustainable investments. On climate finance mechanisms, mayors reiterated that cities are on the front line of the climate crisis and urgently need access to predictable, affordable and inclusive financing to accelerate the green urban transition. Many cities are already implementing innovative solutions, from smart water management and energy-efficient building systems to nature-based projects and large-scale recycling initiatives. Yet funding gaps continue to hinder progress. Access to green finance remains especially challenging for cities in developing regions where limited credit and administrative capacity restrict participation in global climate funds, even though it is in cities where climate interventions stand to make the greatest gains in reduced emissions. Mayors underlined the importance again of international partnerships, public-private collaboration and the development of clear legal and financial frameworks to support long-term climate investments and resulting job creation. Across the board, local leaders stressed that climate finance should focus not only on figures and emission targets, but on people, on improving people's living conditions, ensuring that the transition to sustainability is both inclusive and just. On housing-related challenges, mayors underlined that access to adequate housing is not only a basic need, but a fundamental human right that underpins dignity, social inclusion and well-being. But cities worldwide face rising housing costs, growing inequality and increasing pressure from migration, urbanisation and climate-related disasters. Many noted that while urban areas are on the front line of housing crises, local governments often lack the legal, financial and institutional tools to be able to respond effectively. Across regions, cities again are in the forefront of implementing diverse and innovative solutions, from social and cooperative housing models to community-led developments and public-private partnerships, to expand affordable housing, renew old or unsafe buildings, and integrate sustainability and resilience into urban planning. Several cities are reclaiming their role as developers through municipal housing companies, ensuring that housing contributes to broader goals such as climate adaptation and social cohesion. Others stress the importance of preventing speculation, promoting mixed income neighbourhoods, and securing tenure rights for residents in informal settlements. Despite these efforts, local leaders agreed that national and international support remains vital to scale up those inclusive and sustainable housing solutions. On voluntary local and subnational reviews of the SDGs, discussions highlighted their growing importance as political instruments that go beyond mere reporting. Mayors underlined that these reviews serve as concrete commitments, showcasing local innovations, attracting funding and fostering transparency and a sense of belonging to the international community. While tangible results have been achieved and frameworks established, common challenges persist, including lack of data, limited financing and insufficient human resources. Mayors emphasised the need to align reporting systems and build municipal capacities to measure progress effectively. In times when SDG implementation is lagging, VLRs and VSRs can bring local realities into global governance, bridging the gap between local and international action. Our last session focused on the final negotiation and adoption of the outcome document of the Forum of Mayors, containing the commitments and recommendations on the topics addressed at the meeting. And you will have heard, colleagues, as I've talked my way through each of the thematic areas, many common themes about the need to empower cities to scale up and do more of the innovation that we are all leading in, regardless of the challenge that we are facing, to make sure that fiscal resources and empowerment are available to cities through national and international institutions such as development banks, and to stress the importance of multi-level partnership, multi-level integration and decision-making in every policy area. The draft was prepared through a consultative process which included 2 rounds of informal consultation with cities prior to the forum, and the forum reviewed and refined the outcome document prior to its adoption. The document, as adopted by the Forum of Mayors, is available on the ECE website and will be annexed to the report of the 86th session of the Committee on Urban Development, Housing and Land Management. Additionally, UNECE launched a city-to-city cooperation platform to connect municipalities seeking support with people offering expertise, helping cities to co-develop SDG-aligned, investment-ready urban projects in areas like housing, mobility and spatial planning. Cities are able to contact the Secretariat to contribute their expertise and preparatory funding or request support to address their priorities. Finally, the Forum elected its new Bureau to prepare the 6th edition. I demitted my chairpersonship to the Mayor of Heidelberg, Germany, who had served as one of my vice chairs for the past year, and the mayors of Bristol in the United Kingdom and Hradec Králové in Czechia have taken on the roles of vice chairs. And it was also decided that the Deputy Mayor of Geneva would remain as an ex officio observer of the Bureau to continue providing support to the Forum on logistical matters in its capacity as host city. In the margins of the 5th meeting of the UN Forum of Mayors, 6 side events were held with the support of partners, and I want to emphasise one in particular, the side event Women and Mayor, which was held on the 6th of October, co-organised with the Permanent Mission of Italy to the UN in Geneva. Women mayors who were present in Geneva adopted the Women Mayors Declaration for Safe and Inclusive Governance, reaffirming the essential role of women leaders in building resilient, inclusive and sustainable cities. It's a powerful statement based on the lived experience of women leaders at a time when hard-won gains in gender equality are being rolled back, and I commend it to you, colleagues. It's not an official document because it was developed at a side event, but all of the women mayors and deputy mayors who were present at the Forum of Mayors signed up to that document, and I believe that in itself it is a powerful and I think a very useful outcome that can be built on in the future.